Benavidez has a great performance against Zerto, a stoppage KO. He has a legitimate argument of being right there with Dimitri Bivol in the pound for pound ranking.
But I think Roy Jones Jr. at light heavyweight puts the belt on Bivol.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Truth Be Told, and I'm your host JTG. Got our boys. 13th round, boxing enthusiast, FA, and we got a lot to talk about, man. So let's just hop straight into it. Obviously, this weekend we had the Fury versus Magomedov fight, and it was a pretty decent performance from Tyson. I think, boxed pretty good. In the beginning it was looking kind of iffy, but because he was letting him, get on the inside and wasn't really keeping his distance that well. But then later in the fight, he just started just purely picking him apart and just outboxing him to a decision. Which, compared to a lot of other performances that people have had on Makhmudov, not really that good, but he did show some good boxing ability. So I'll give it to him.
When it comes to that fight, I really wasn't too impressed. It's kind of hard because you see, hey, Caballal get the stoppage, you see Guido get the stoppage, and I get it. Fury is coming off of a layoff, but what really pisses me off is the fact that I don't know if y'all seen, he is now ranked in the top 5 at heavyweight. So to me, I'm just like, was that win that valid that he deserves that? Y'all let me know.
I mean, nah, I ain't gonna lie. No, he's number 3 in Ring Magazine. What
Yes.
the is that? He's ranked above Dubois? That is insane work.
His rankings are game, bro.
Bro, I already told y'all, bro. I take them ring records with a grain of salt, bro. Them shits are ass. But damn, like number 3?
What was Makhmudov ranked before this fight?
I don't even know. He's not even in the top 10. He's not even in the top 10.
He wasn't ranked. That's what's crazy about it.
He's not even in the top 10. That is horrible. Oh my gosh. Is he even ranked in any of the sanctioning bodies, bro? Like,
He definitely is in one of the sanctioned bodies for sure.
He has to be. Ain't no way.
oh yeah, he 5 in the WBA, and I don't think he ranked anywhere else.
That is pretty ridiculous.
Damn.
Like, I don't know. It's really a popularity contest when it comes to the ring belt, to be honest. Like, and they love Tyson Fury. I mean, he's only retired 75 times, and just to come back and be ranked after like a not so great win, like, I don't know. I'm sick of this dude.
I mean, with the ring belt, it's not really a popularity contest. With the rankings, it is, but you don't really get any bad ring magazine fights, really, to be honest. Like fights for the ring belt. So,
But they're trying to like force him in. How come
Yeah.
he's 3? Like, what the fuck is that?
yeah, that
Like,
is nasty. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, and even like talking about his performance, like I was early rounds, like you said, JT were like iffy, but like I was impressed with the way like he was able to like after he got his feet from under him, like he was able to box extremely well, pick his shots well. Like it's Tyson Fury. Like I never expected. I didn't even expect like a horrible version of Tyson Fury to lose to Makhmudov. But yeah, he's definitely like slowed down, is what I'm like seeing. Like he's definitely not as fast, not as fleet of foot as he used to be. And honestly, I feel like a young Tyson would have probably got him out of there like relatively early.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I agree with you. Honestly, the biggest takeaways from this fight is Tyson Fury's old. Him and AJ are gonna have this little old thing going on where who's the best old guy, I guess. But
For the
oh no,
Pacquiao.
Usyk gets the best old guy. My bad. But nah, him boxing on the inside, that was a sight to see. He looked really good on the inside. Like the best I've seen him in a while actually. But Makhmudov, obviously he wasn't prepared for that because he wasn't even trying to block himself or anything. But as far as that ring ranking thing, I don't know why he's ranked over Dubois. Um, crazy, but I
Yeah.
don't know. He got caught with some shots early in the fight too. That was like you gotta stay away from cover them. If you get caught with too many of them, you going down.
Yeah.
AJ, if AJ hits him with that left hook, he got hit by. sleeping.
over.
Who do you
Over.
guys leaning towards in that fight if they do get it done?
I'd lean towards probably AJ. Even though Tyson Fury's been active and he came back and fought a better opponent, um, I I don't know. I think the styles clash. I think AJ could get him up out of there. Tyson is just not as good as he used to be. Even I thought Prime AJ could have beat Fury, but I don't know. It's always been iffy with that fight for me. Like sometimes I'll be like one day I'll be like, oh yeah, Tyson Fury's gonna beat him. Then another, then it's like AJ. Like to me, that's always been a 50-50. So I don't know.
Like I got AJ, but his chin is so concerning. Like I don't know if it'll be the hold up. And I get it, Fury. It doesn't seem like he has the same power as he once did, but I still just don't know with that fight there.
I'm not gonna lie. In fights, I don't. Sometimes I'd be watching AJ and I'd be like, "What are you in there doing?" Like, there's a lot of he has a lot of moments in his career where he's in a fight and it looks like you don't have no idea what you're doing. Like, for example, that Dubois fight, it's like cool you hurt him, but like be cautious going in like that. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah,
And like he's had so many of these moments over his career where it's like the IQ is just it's like falling off a cliff in the wrong moments. But at this I don't know. I think I might have Fury, I'm gonna be honest.
AJ seems to like just want it more. To be honest, like AJ's never retired after taking crazy losses. He just always looked to improve, and that's why I feel like I could trust AJ more if they were to ever fight.
Yeah, facts. And also the same thing I said about AJ, I can say for Tyson Fury. It's been a lot of times where it's like, what are you doing in the ring? But I don't know. It'll be an interesting fight. I mean, it won't be, you feel me, what it would have been 8 years ago, you know?
yeah,
Yeah, and that shit's gonna be on Netflix, so you already know that's gonna put out big numbers. So I'll be
facts,
interested to see that. And you know that if they're doing that, they gotta have a good card. Like they're gonna try to get everybody. Just put Otama in there, like versus
facts.
like Kabayal or something crazy. Like they gotta start building people off these huge cards. Like you can't just be having like yeah, Conor Ben versus Regis was cool on the undercard, but that could have been like the third fight. To be honest, like nobody really cared about that.
Matter of
Yo,
fact,
Atama versus the Worley and the Dubois winner.
That'd be
That's a
crazy.
crazy co-main.
That'd be a banger. I like Fabio Wardley a lot, and he's a tough mother.
yeah.
Yeah, facts. I got a time against anybody though, to be honest.
Yeah, anybody but those top, like,
Anybody but
besides
Usyk.
Usyk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody but Usyk.
And yeah, that's a nice way to segue into how Conor Ben's performance was. That nigga is trash. We saw his performance. Barely could hurt. Basically finished Regis Procre. Had a bunch of injuries into coming into the fight. Not at a comfortable weight he's usually at. Like it's like the fact that he had all the advantages going into that fight and he couldn't even have even half of a good performance that Devin Haney had. You're terrible. Like you couldn't even have half of the performance. You couldn't drop him. The only time you ever stumbled him, it was. I don't even feel like it was his power. I feel like it was genuinely just Regis having hurt legs. Like if I'm being honest, like wasn't really good. Like it just wasn't a good performance, really. Of course he won like most of the rounds. Like he probably only lost maybe 2-3 rounds, but like still, dog. Like when the guy's that finished, you supposed to get him out of there, bro. Especially if you
Send him
talk
home
about how
right
to,
away.
yeah, talk about how much pressure and power you got, and then you go in there and do that. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah, and my problem with him is like, yo, if you're not gonna be like the best boxer in the world, you could at least have like the physical gifts that could like, at least like even the playing field a little bit. Like if you're not gonna be super talented when it comes to actually boxing, be super fast, be super strong, hit like a truck. He does none of those things like at an elite level. So if you're just average all around, he's gonna get hurt by someone, at the top level.
Yeah,
Bro, that Eubank fight fooled a lot of people. People were
I,
saying this man is good now, all that. Bro, Eubank was to me Eubank was never really that good. And one thing too is that dude was clearly weight trained, bro. That dude was not right in that ring that second fight. And now you're seeing like this. I wouldn't take Conor Ben to beat Ryan Garcia. He's not beating Devin Haney. He's beating nobody at 154. And dare I say it, Rolly Romero beats Conor Ben too.
Probably knock him out. To be honest, like I think I'd favor Rolly just to get him out of there, bro. Like Rolly's a strong dude, has definitely better technique than Conor Ben. Even like yeah, as bad as Rolly is technically, like but like he hits hard. He's decently fast. Like B Ryan, like he's just way better. I even in my lowest points in my head, I don't think I've ever viewed Rolly as bad as Conor Ben right now.
Yeah, I
And he's more
give.
battle tested too. Like he's fought some good names.
Hmm?
I
Champion. He's been a champion before.
yeah, I give
I
it.
don't
We
think
gotta
Conor Ben is
take away.
sniffing about.
Yeah, we gotta take away this nickname. This Connor Destroyer being, bro.
That gotta
Every
go.
fight, every fight, it becomes more and more evident that he was on PEDs. Like he couldn't knock out Eubank, cool. But Regis,
Dog.
his legs were gone in the first round.
He couldn't even
He had a
drop up.
broken jaw. Something was wrong with his eye. He had broken ribs. And you couldn't get him out of there? Like, what are we doing, bro? Like,
Bro.
this is a different level of trash right here.
And it also brings the question: he couldn't knock out a purely finished Eubank Jr., bro. Like he was cooked, bro. Like he there's you're not gonna tell me he trained for that fight. He 100% just was losing weight that whole camp. He was not training for that fight. There's no way. And you couldn't finish. That was literally like a punching bag, that fight. And he couldn't even hurt. Like I mean, he dropped him a couple times, but he couldn't stop him. It's like, bro, man, it's not a good
I
look.
got Shakur by however he wants.
Facts.
Shakur might actually stop him, bro. Like at this point, like now I think like Shakur might actually get his like first TKO or KO in some years if he fights Conor. And honestly, Tank right now, Tank that should be Tank's like coming off a layup. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we haven't seen Tank in a minute. Let's send him. Let's go. Let's put him in a big fight in the UK and just give him like Conor. Or let's get this dude Keyshawn Davis a big fight, and let's get him Conor. Like, yo, let's just feed him to the wolves, because, like, yo, honestly, like, if he's a big name, let's build someone off of him. Fuck it, like, 'cause he's not gonna be at the top for a while or at all.
If Conor been steady telling the people, Devin Haney, where's my belt? Ryan Garcia, where's my belt? You gotta fight somebody, bro. I'm sick of this nigga just fighting nobody and then be like, oh yeah, I'm the best at 147. Like, what the fuck is that? You beat Regis. Not even at 47 either. It was at 50. Like, what is
He got him
this?
coming up 2 weight classes.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, then he's damaging your face. You got like gashes right here, right here, right here. Like Regis in 2026. And he had a broken hand. I forgot to say that too.
yeah.
So, yeah,
I'm being so dead ass. I don't think there's nobody in the top 10 he's beating. I don't think
He's
he
not
beats.
beating Lewis Crocker.
He's not beating Lewis Crocker. He's not beating Jack Catterall. He's not beating Polanco. He's not beating Roley, Ryan Garcia. Brian Norman brutalizes Ka, and Devin Haney
Jones
makes
might
it
be-
look easy. Devin Haney might get his first finish, bro. Like in a minute. Like on like that's how trash this is, bro. Like he genuinely might be like close to Josh Padley level. I don't even think that's crazy to say.
I
Like,
think Josh Padley's better than him. No cap.
like to be
You
honest,
think
bro.
about it, like Josh Padley grew up like not super rich, like probably poor, had to like maintain a job while trying to live out his dream. This kid grew up rich, bro. Like this kid, as soon as he wanted like to focus on boxing, he just could have, because his dad obviously got money, and like he just didn't. And imagine he could get like world class trainers, this and that. Like he's trash, bro. He's trash, and like you said, like the steroids thing, like that might be a real thing, because if you hear Andre Ward's podcast, like he had Joe McClellan's like sister on, who takes care of him, because obviously he fought Nigel Benn, and Nigel Benn like damaged his brain. He's saying like there was like
Allegedly.
evidence that Nigel Benn back in the day was on steroids, and like yeah, like it's crazy, bro. Like that he was on steroids, and that he like instead of like staying around for like a post fight like piss test or like blood test, he just like dipped out after the fight and just never gave a sample.
wow. Just dip out.
Wow.
That's the way to handle it.
They gotta
Yeah.
start. I ain't gonna lie. If they that's crazy. They ain't really get on them for that. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Like,
And then like ruin some dude's life for it. Like what the f- is that?
yeah, and he ain't get no penalties or nothing. From what it sound like.
I didn't even hear, like I was trying to do like a video on that like way before I even like knew about that, and like that came out. I was like, holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, decent weekend of boxing. We're gonna put all the belts in boxing in a tier list, and for shits and gigs, I added the Zuffa belt, nigga. So we gonna start off. Let's start off with the most popular, probably the WBC. Where we putting the WBC? We're ranking this off of, by the way, we're ranking it off of lineage, legacy, legitimacy, and how the company rose, like how good of an organization is it as well.
Yo, the WB. Hold on, we gotta really talk about this, bro. We really gotta talk about this, bro. Like, it's the most like it's the nicest belt. Like everybody knows, like everybody's seen their favorite fighter with the WBC belt and been like, that shit is super tough. But the way they carry themselves as an organization is disgusting, bro. Like
Nasty.
super terrible. Like from the rankings to Suleiman going into like talking to some dude I forgot on like an interview, and he was just saying like basically how like he was basically admitting to how corrupt it is. Like he was like, "Oh, Jamar Charlo, we didn't strip him because he wanted to." He said the only reason he's still living is because he has the WBC belt. And I'm like, "Yo, like, what are you talking about?" Like, I can't stand the WBC as an organization, but they obviously have probably the nicest belt. I don't know where I'd rank them. Like honestly, I might put them in like A or B. Like just and it has nothing to do with how the belt looks. It's just literally how they run their shit over there.
Yeah.
I mean, Conor Ben is ranked super high in the WBC and probably got to get a title shot. So
With the, I'd say with like everything, the like the legitimacy, it's a legit belt. Like it's one of the most legit. Every legend has held this belt.
100%.
When it comes to like like it's legacy, good legacy. Been around for a very long time. But when it comes to the organization is horrible, bro. I can't lie. Like with the way that they run the rankings and everything, and like certain people get favoritism, it's horrible, bro. But there is some good they do, with the charities and stuff. But outside of that, I don't know. I probably put it like based off of other organizations on here. I probably say like B, to be honest. Next, we gonna go WBA. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm already know where I want to put WBA. I want to put this at C, bro. Like this, like WBA is a horrible organization. The belt cool, got some like legacy. Not really that good of legacy. Like WBC, like if we was going straight off the organization, that shit would be in C. But the fact that it has so much like history behind it and all the legends have held it, it's like, yeah. But WBA legends have held it, don't get me wrong. But like also at the same time, it does have a crazy amount of history of having like bad fights, like two bums basically fighting for a championship. And that's what the WBA is. Like that's literally a lot of the times what the WBA is. The fact that Rolly Romero and Isak Cruz, two suck, had to fight for this belt. And that's one of your biggest fights in the last couple of years. No. And don't get me started as an organization. They're terrible. They take way too long to strip niggas of the title. Like Lamont Roach moved up a whole weight class, and they waited like almost a year to strip him. Tank Davis, when he had that whole situation going on, they didn't strip him, and then they just gave him the belt back. Like, dog, like this is crazy. And yeah, I'll probably put it at C.
Yeah, they're definitely the most lenient when it comes to like stripping. But yeah, like you said, that history is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Pretty deep past. I think C is a good ranking, honestly.
Correct me if I'm wrong though. Is this the belt that Rolly won at 140 when he beat Barroso?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get him out of here.
Nah, facts.
They rank this up.
The fact that Rolly can come off a loss, go up and fight for the belt against Grandpa, yeah.
And get the worst stoppage in history. Next we gonna go to IBF.
they were so good until
They
like,
were so
last
good,
season, bro.
and then as of recently, they've been so horrible. But I'm put it at B. I'm gonna put it at B. I feel like it's a fair place. They've been really good a lot throughout the years, so I'm not gonna just because of recently just put them down in the dirt. But as of recently, not really been good. You know, they've been stripping fighters for not fighting bum mandatories. Like I get it for the mandatories, but if it's like you got the fact that Canelo got stripped for not fighting William Skull that time before you
Yeah,
actually had to
that was
fight him.
crazy.
That was crazy. When William Skull had beat nobody, you couldn't even name one person on his resume. He couldn't beat nobody. Then as of recently, the mandatory, the IBF at 175, Michael Eifert, that nigga hasn't fought in like 2 years, and he's a mandatory. Uh, the Jai situation. You know, I mean, even
What are they gonna do with Hitchens though? Like, are they gonna do with
yeah,
Hitchens now?
yeah. I don't know, man. It might be cooked for Hitchens, bro. I think he knows they're probably gonna strip him, so I think he's ready to move up to 147. So yeah.
And also, if y'all remember, this is also the belt that gave Better BF and Bivol problems because they was not trying to let the undisputed fight happen. Am I tripping? Do y'all remember what I'm talking about?
I think
Nah.
they.
It was
I
like
think. I think I think you're right though. Like I think they were trying to force like a mandatory defense before
yeah,
the the Bivol versus Better BF2.
They
I think.
do be trying to do
yeah.
that too.
But this is definitely the most strictest organization. Like, when it comes to mandatories, they you gotta fight the mandatories if you holding the IBF belt. If not, hey, you better be putting on some damn good fights. But you know,
And the weight
I,
clause. The weight
Oh
clause
yeah,
that they
yeah,
do is pretty crazy too.
yeah.
Like to make sure like you're not a weight bully. He says, "Yo, if you're fighting for this IBF belt, you're
I'm
defending it, bro. 10 pounds. Like that's crazy. Like
I'm
bro,
not even
damn.
mad at that rule to be honest.
No,
Because
that's a good rule.
yeah, it's a
That is a
very
good
good
rule.
rule. Because it's like, bro, if you can't make the rehydration limit, I ain't gonna lie, move your ass up a division. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, they're pretty good. Next, I'll say WBO. Honestly, I haven't really heard anything bad like as of recently as from the WBO. You know, they've been a pretty good organization. You know, you can move up your rankings from one division to another. That's maybe questionable, but I don't think that's really bad. And yeah, they've been a good organization. I would say the legitimacy is lower than like a WBC, but I do think not the legitimacy, the legacy of the belt is a little bit lower than the WBC. Hasn't been a long around. I don't think as long or as popular at least. And yeah, but I think they're a pretty good organization. I'd put them at A or top of
Yeah.
B maybe. Yeah.
I'd say A, just because you never really hear about the WBO doing bullshit. You know, like I never really hear nothing. Like I'm always like decently okay with the rankings. Like you recognize a lot of fighters in their rankings. Like it's not just like some dweeb from like Uzbekistan that nobody's ever heard of. Like they're usually pretty good, and they hold their fighters accountable to the point like they like the mandatory is always someone for the most part is always someone we've heard of or like at least a fight that
deserving.
we want to see. So yeah, I
Yeah.
do like the WBO.
Y'all feel like some of these belts kind of favor certain promotions though?
Uh,
Yeah, 100%.
I
I
mean,
think
the top WBO definitely does with top rank, but
Yeah.
I never really like. It's not like they really corrupt with it though. Like it's like they clearly have a favor with them, but like I don't really see nothing too bad with it though.
And I always thought the WBC favor like Oscars people. Like I always felt that way for whatever reason.
I kind of feel like it was always like I don't know the PBC guys too though.
I feel like the PBC guys are cool with the WBA. I feel because like Tank always had it, and like obviously the PBC or like Al Heyman and them always worked closely with Floyd, and Floyd always had a WBA belt.
Yeah. Next, the ring belt. I mean, it's really self-explanatory. I feel like it's easily a S tier. Everyone who fought for the ring belt is purely like legend status. Or who won the ring belt is pure legend status. Or at least really elite. Because they don't bull. It's number one versus number two, the best versus the best. They don't play around. So that's what I like about the Ring magazine. But as of recently, the rank has been trash. The rank has been horrible. But it's a great belt.
Probably the one
Yeah.
with the most lineage on the whole screen, to be honest. Just like, cause
Yeah,
if you had
that
the,
goes back
the
hundreds of
lineal
years.
title, yeah, if you had that title, bro, you were that boy. Like the only questionable one that I'm thinking of right now is the Boots versus Stanionis one. Like after Crawford vacated and left the division, and Boots and Stanionis were 1 or 2, and then they let him fight for the Ring Magazine belt, but I didn't like that too much. Like I feel like they should have probably like established themselves like a little bit more, regardless of ranking. But it was a number 1 versus number 2 fight. Like so,
So
like you can't like
by
regardless of
definition, it's
ranking
not
though.
crazy, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the
Yeah.
only
I
other
mean,
the only other thing was Fury, bro. The fact they let Fury keep that belt when he had no other belts at all. They let him keep
Yeah.
the lineal belt.
Yeah, he was like basically retired, and they were like, lineal champion still. I'm like, okay.
That was the only time it was
Yeah.
like crazy.
This is probably like the oldest belt. It definitely is the oldest belt. To be honest, I think it's probably the most recognized belt out of any type of fighting. You know what I'm saying? Combat sports or anything. It's bigger than UFC's like belt. Um, what was before that? Not too much anything. This is legit the most iconic belt ever in combat sports history.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, if you ever watched the Rocky movies, like I could even picture this as a kid, like just watching Rocky and seeing that belt, like that was crazy.
Yeah.
That shit came out in the 1970s, like that shit been around a while, and like that's just like it's just like the most iconic shit, just because like you had to be that boy to get it, bro. You had to
hmm
be that boy.
Yeah, a lot of that legends held it like Ali, I don't know if what was Sugar Ray Robinson holding it back then? Or was that just nothing like a nothing belt? Like nothing like
I'm not
because
sure.
I'm pretty sure it went back like hella like I remember it went back hella far.
It says, yeah, Sugar Ray Robinson held the coveted Ring Magazine belt during his legendary career. Widely considered one of the greatest pound for pound fighters, Robinson held the belt in both welterweight and middleweight. He held it he held it at welterweight from 1946 to 1951, and then went up to middleweight, immediately capturing the lineal title from 1951 to 1960. Damn.
Yeah, bro.
1946
Bro,
to
so they had
1951
that
is
bit.
crazy.
So they had that bit since 1946, probably even longer. Like that shit is hella old.
And he held it for like 14, 13 years, bro. Like that's great. Like in a row.
That is an old
That's
ass
wild.
belt, man.
Yeah, that definitely be never be done again.
And for shakes and gigs, the Zuffa belt.
Yeah,
This is
can
so
we make a new tier and put that at
insane.
F? The first ever champion in Zuffa history is Jaya Pataya, and
Like
unfortunately, he lost
that's
his other belt due to it.
yeah. I mean that's a good first champion. You know, it's the best guy in the division, but Um, like honestly, there's no legitimacy behind it. Yeah, I think the ring is gonna force it to be legitimate because now you can win the ring belt and the Zuffa belt at the same time. Like you could get the ring belt from the Zuffa belt, which is kind of insane to me. But um, we gotta see. But I ain't gonna lie, it's probably gonna stay in this spot for a while.
on
Yeah.
this topic though, y'all think the belts are kind of going out of style, or they don't really matter as much now with kind of all the talk, people getting stripped and all that.
They like people love to say that, fighters love to say that until they realize every single big fight, what does it have on there? A belt. Every single big fight, a belt. You know, Gervonta Davis, whenever he's fighting these guys, he has a belt. Whenever, Boots and Xander fighting for a belt. Better BF Bivol, belt. Usyk, belt. Everyone has belts. Like every big fight is pretty much for a belt. You know, Ryan Garcia even now, who was known for not having no belts, has a belt now. You know, every single big fight is for a belt. So I feel like everyone loves to say that until and then they're not really realizing every single big fight you look at, there's a fucking belt behind it. One of the
I feel
biggest
like
fights in our century, in our generation, Crawford Canelo was for all the belts. So yeah,
Yeah. I mean, but still, I feel like we got to move past that way of thinking to like, oh, like we need these belts to like do something big. Like honestly, like even now, like if you were to this is kind of a shit example, but let's just use it for a second. Like, if Rolly were to beat Lewis Crocker, or if he were to beat a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao, which is the bigger fight? Like, it's gonna be the 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao just has accomplished way more. Like, nobody even gives a fuck about Lewis Crocker. Like, there's a whole bunch of
Exactly.
champions that are here in the sport that we don't give a fuck about. Like even like Brian Norman, like Haney coming up with no titles, and he comes up to fight Brian Norman, and that would have been the biggest fight or biggest win of his life, but he didn't win. But like, I just don't feel like belts are needed to make big fights. Like, there's a whole bunch of fights that I want to see regardless of belt. Like, I don't care if they stripped every single champion that's good, and then I don't watch it. Obviously, it helps for like legacy, but like I'd rather name value. You have the names on your resume than any type of belt. I always say that.
But most people get the names from the belts though. Like,
Yeah, no, that's a fact. Like, it's you are needed, but like for these guys that are established in the sport, like Devin Haney, I don't feel like he needs a title. Like, I feel like Devin Haney could be the biggest fight in any weight class that he's in. Like, I think guys like Ryan, who are like a one-time champion now, those guys need the belt and stuff like that to build legacy. But for the most part, like, if you're already an established fighter or an established guy, I don't really see you having to bend the knee to these organizations that are very corrupt.
I feel like you can kind of outgrow the belt stuff. Like, and kind of early in your career, like you're growing up, prospect contender, young champion, it will matter to you more. But a guy like Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, even I would say even now, even Shakur, they don't really need the belt at this time. They already have a good name. They can fight whoever they want now. They're gonna sell at this point.
Yeah, facts.
I mean,
It hasn't been that many big fights with like no belts on the line. The like biggest fight was George Foreman and no Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali. So that's pretty crazy.
Yo,
Ever.
and another thing that I want to say is that I was thinking about this, and it's like the belts are cool, but if you think about it, it's really the caliber of fighter that holds your belt that makes it legitimate. Like, if like right now, like I know I'm picking on Lewis Crocker right now, but Lewis Crocker's a champion. Like, is he better than Devin Haney or like Ryan or any of them? Like, no, not really. But like the thing that legitimizes your belt is the best fighters in the world having them. It's not just some random guy that we never heard of that's gonna defend the belt twice or three times against three more people we never heard of. Like, that shit doesn't. That's just kind of dead. Like, if you have the names, like, I don't really care if you have a belt, to be honest.
It kind of brings to that point though. We mentioned not really needing a belt and like really like being that certain name does play a factor. Let's say a year ago, people would rather wanting, or let's say 6 months ago, people were like rather wanting Pandora versus Virgil over Pandora versus Jenner Zayas because they were like, man, Virgil, he's that guy. He's the number one in the division. So really,
That's a
it
good
really
point.
is, it really just determines from fighter to fighter, in my opinion.
Hmm. Yeah.
oh
Some guys kind of like you said, that 154 division was kind of crazy at one point. Like, Fedora had two belts, but like wasn't like considered the number one guy. Then Xander has the two belts, but like isn't really considered the number one guy in the division. Like not like it's not like what's it called? It's not like consensus. Like, nobody really knows who the number one guy in that division is, and people are like saying, like, people like us, or like, I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like Boots is the best fighter in the division, and he doesn't even have a belt yet. Like, it's kind of
The
crazy.
most important belt I would say that I think does for sure matter to me is the Ring Magazine lineal belt. That's how you know who the number one guy is in the division. To me,
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Because like, to capture that title, you got to be ranked one or two, and you, for these belts, it doesn't really matter. Like, I mean, dude, like we said earlier, like Conor Ben coming off a crazy. Or, I mean, the WBC gave Ryan Garcia a title shot after losing the Rolly, like right after. So it's like, how can we even legitimize that as a good title shot? Like, you can't really do that.
yeah. Let's run Abdullah through the gauntlet. Let's run Abdullah through the gauntlet of lightweight. How does Abdullah Mason do versus the rest of the division? I'm gonna start off with something a little light. Well, not light, but like not a champion. Floyd Schofield. Now, me personally, a lot of people don't agree with me, but I've been saying this lately. I think Floyd Schofield beats him. I can't lie. I think Floyd Schofield, he beats him. I think he stops him. I think Abdullah Mason's defense is really questionable. Really questionable. As much as Sam Noakes was a good, test, good opponent. Like they were like the same level. I feel like Schofield with that power he got, if he touch Abdullah chin, I just don't know how he gonna react. But if he can handle them power punches, I think he's probably gonna be Floyd Schofield. But that's the only reason. Yeah.
This might very well be a case where it's like we were totally wrong on who like actually is that young good guy, and the whole time we're like, oh, it's Abdullah, but it very well could be Floyd Schofield. Now, if I had to choose today, I probably would choose Abdullah just because he does seem like he has the it factor. If we're being honest, he has kind of the power, he has the skills, the speed, all that. Schofield, he got that dog in him. He wants to fight, and so he calling on everybody too. He at least he took the fight against Shakur Stevenson. He at least wanted to fight him. He signed for the fight. It didn't happen, but he signed for it. So I mean, that does take some balls.
At this point in their careers, like both of them are extremely raw. Floyd Schofield, I feel like both of them have the style. Their styles, um, not their biggest weakness, but like, uh, their styles. I don't know how to explain it, but look, their weaknesses are like pretty evident. I feel like Floyd Schofield, he gets out of position too much, but same with Abdullah. Abdullah opens up a lot, probably way more than Floyd Schofield. But I don't know. This will be a tough fight. I think that Abdullah will probably take it at this point. I don't know. Floyd Schofield hasn't really been in it. He's not too battle tested. He's unfought some guys, but he's not too battle tested. So I got Abdullah.
Y'all ever seen the sparring between them?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was low key putting in belt to fight, but I feel like it's gonna be different in the pros, man. But
No, it definitely could. Like, obviously wearing 8-ounce gloves compared to 16 to 20-ounce gloves is different, and like, like you said, like Abdullah does get hit, but I don't know if I'm gonna like. I like Floyd, like he's a cool dude. Like obviously we've talked to him, like, but like I don't understand like how he's gonna like. I feel like him getting into range against Abdullah is gonna be tough. Like I feel like he's gonna get countered coming in, but I just think right now I'd have to lean towards Abdullah.
I think it would
Facts.
definitely be Abdullah's hardest test though, even
Yeah.
over like Sam Noakes for sure.
No, definitely. He's very like Floyd is definitely super athletic. Like hits hard, it's fast, and like just finds angles on how to land that power. But I do want to see him get tested more. I feel like he pulls out of like fights. Like, is that like fair to say? Like, he gets sick or like he gets hurt. Like,
yeah,
that's not good. Like, as a young guy, you shouldn't be getting like hurt or sick that much to like.
yeah,
It's like damaging your career.
yeah.
Yeah, and also think Abdullah can take a lot from not Floyd Schofield fight against Tevin, but the one before that.
Right.
Tevin Floyd got dropped twice, I believe. And I feel like Abdullah can
Once,
take
once.
a lot from that. It was once,
Yeah.
but I feel like Abdullah can take a lot from that fight.
But yeah, Floyd Schofield could take a lot from that Vasquez fight, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got dropped
Yeah.
twice, or what? Dropped twice, hurt once really bad. That fight, I was like, oh shit.
But that was a sick fight because like
But
I remember seeing that and just like that proved to me, I was like, oh, like,
But that
Abdullah
proved-
got that dog. Like,
yeah, that proved
like,
he got the dog for real. So I give him
just
that.
like you said about Floyd, like he got up in the 11th and still, put on a show. Like he didn't do no bitching. He kind of just bit down on his mouthpiece and like, and is that the fight that he had that like crazy gash under his eye?
I
Yeah,
think it was.
yeah.
Yeah, so like he got that dog. Because like young fighters get cut and they're like, yo, like what do I do? They kind of
Actually,
like,
No, it was a fight before. It was some like
it was a fight before that.
it was some like dirty shit where a nigga kept headbutting him and shit. It was that fight. Yeah.
He kept low blowing him too. I'm seeing he got like mad point deductions.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but if this fight takes place at range, I think Abdullah wins. If it takes place on the inside, give me Floyd Schofield by stoppage.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad take, bro.
Next, let's go with Williams Zepeda. Top 3 ranked in the Ring magazine. yeah, I know he lost to Shakur, but still pretty good in my opinion. I mean, you lost to the best, like probably the best defensive fighter on the planet. One of the best defensive fighter,
Chill.
one of the best defensive fighters. No, one of the best defensive fighters ever, actually. So, yeah, 100%. I think Williams Zepeda. This is a closer fight than Schofield, but I don't know if Abdullah could take all that all that volume, man. That volume is crazy. That man throw like 300 punches, 400 punches around, like like bro, how you deal with that? His defense is questionable if he could deal with that, but I think if he can, he could. He definitely has the skill to outbox a guy like Zepeda, in my opinion. He got the inside work, he got the power, good jab. I think he could. I think he could, you know, do pretty good in that matchup, but I don't know. That's like a 50-50 to me. Pretty close fight. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
and
give
Cepeda got more
me Abdullah
experience.
by stoppage, man. I think that Shakur he was very inviting of Zempeda's pressure. I feel like if you make Zempeda box, he looks really regular. Yeah, I think Abdullah could stop him honestly.
It's not crazy to say, Tevin Farmer was giving him hella problems.
Yeah,
I can see Abdullah stopping him as well. I'm just very curious how Abdullah deals with the pressure and that volume, like you mentioned, JT. Because we haven't seen him against that style as of yet. So you never know. That could be his kryptonite, but until they actually in the ring, we just kind of saying, hey, probably Abdullah's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely like from seeing his fight with Tevin Farmer and Shakur, I think Shakur like if Williams Zepeda was actually punching like that, I don't think Shakur would have chose to fight like that. I really don't. Like I think he has good volume, but I don't think he has unreal power to, try to get his respect. I don't think he's punching harder than Sam Noakes. And not only that, I don't think he moves his head enough to like really avoid that punishment that Abdullah's gonna be dishing out. And I think Abdullah at this point is a lot bigger, and I do think like enthusiasts he could probably get him out of there probably like late.
Next, this is gonna be the second to last guy. Let's go, Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz coming off a loss, but still good fighter in the division. He showed obviously a lot of holes in his game. It was a loss, and I don't know, man. That's a tough fight. They got a similar amount of experience to the pros. I mean, Abdullah got more experience than the pros, but uh, I feel like Andy Cruz kind of makes up for that lost experience with the crazy amount of amateur experience. So, like one of the greatest amateur boxers in the history of the sport. So yeah, I I don't know, man. Like honestly, like being real, I would probably favor Abdullah because I feel like he has more tools than Andy Cruz. His footwork's a lot better. Andy Cruz ever since moving over to the pros, his footwork looks a little strange. Not really the lightest on his feet. Obviously he has to sit down on punches, so it's not like the amateurs where he could just be super light on his feet. But I don't know, man. I would lean towards Abdullah in a matchup with Andy Cruz, to be honest.
I don't know. Andy Cruz is pretty small. He's very small for 135. And we seen in his last fight where Mataya brought a lot of pressure to him, and he couldn't handle it. But Abdullah, he's not as much of the pressure. I don't know. I've never seen Abdullah really invite inside fighting. You know what I'm saying? I think if he tries to box with Andy Cruz, I don't. Andy Cruz could get off on him a bit, but in the end, I think that Abdullah still beat him. He's too small to be at 135.
Yeah, he should be at 30.
It's hard to say because I feel like we don't really know just how good Andy Cruz is yet, and how good is Morataya because Morataya had a good performance against him, and it did seem like a little bit like Andy Cruz was kind of thrown off by the power of Morataya, and I feel like Abdul Mason might have a little bit more power than Morataya, so I really wonder how he's gonna be dealing with that in that ring there. But I would say Andy Cruz probably would kind of hang in there. I think Abdullah probably win maybe like by decision.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think that's like out of the ones that we named, that's the only fight that I wouldn't want Abdullah fighting from the outside. I think Abdullah should definitely try to, press him out, use his length, use his size, and just try to like actually like Earl Spence him, like not try to like box with him too much. Just actually try to put pressure on him, try to get him out of there. Just because, like you guys said, like I do think Andy's a little small. And I don't think Andy likes to fight on the inside. I really don't. I think that type of pressure really bothers him. And that's like, obviously high level amateurs, they're not really pressure fighters for the most part, like trying to be in your chest, trying to like hitting your body, hitting your hips, trying to like run off combinations. So I do think if that fight were to happen, I would lean towards Abdullah Mason, probably getting him out of there just because I think that pressure will eventually get to Cruz and he knows how to land it better than what's homeboy's name, than Morataya. But yeah, I'd lean towards Abdullah Mason. But it's gonna be a tricky fight at the beginning for him until like he starts figuring them out.
Raymond Mortaya. Let's talk about it. Abdullah Mason versus Raymond Mortaya. I think right now he too green for Mortaya. I think Raymond Mortaya, he, to be honest, I wasn't really high on him or think he was that good, because of the performance with Tevin, even though he won the fight, but it was really close. And then he went out there and did pretty good versus Andy Cruz, won like an 8-4, it was a pretty good performance. So, showed off really good pressure. Um and I think he'd probably be Abdullah. I can't lie, just because he's just Abdullah's just too green, for a fight like that.
I think the pressure's gonna be a problem 100%. Unlike Zempeda, Mortai is like more of like a little compact build. He's probably way stronger than Zempeda. He can actually get in there, you know what I'm saying, and rough Abdullah up and really pick some good shots. And he could put Abdullah down, but he could probably go to a decision. I got Raymond Mortai. No lie. No lie, no lie.
This fight, I was definitely impressed with Mortaya against Andy Cruz. I thought that Andy Cruz would kind of get a little bit off him, but he didn't seem like he really did. And we can't forget the fact that he has Robert Garcia in his corner as well. So having that is going to be a really outstanding thing for him. And I just think Abdullah, he's just not ready yet. So I got Mortaya probably by decision.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think Robert Garcia being in the corner of Raymond Mortai, putting together that game plan will probably be the thing that gives him the edge, to be honest. And like not only that, but I think Abdullah's weaknesses are a little bit too much. Like right now, I think he has to develop his game a little bit more. Whether that comes from time in the ring or just putting that time in the gym. But like right now, I think he has to develop his game. I think he has to develop his inside fighting, his footwork. I think he has to use his jab to keep people at range a little better. There's a lot of things for him to work on. So I'd probably lean towards Raymond. I don't think he smokes him out. I think it's like genuinely pretty close. Probably like a 7.5, 8.4 Raymond.
And this next one, I'm gonna just add for shits and gigs. Shakur Stevenson. We don't know if he's moving back down, but it seems like he's gonna fight Raymond Mortaya. Um, oh man, Abdullah, don't fight that man. Don't fight him. Don't do that. But yeah, he's obviously just not ready for a Shakur. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it could be a good experience for him, but right now he is too green to beat a guy like Shakur.
I mean, Shakur is probably just on he not probably he's on a different level right now. I think Shakur is just coming into his own, hitting his prime, and yeah, I mean, there's little to no chance that this version of Abdullah Mason could be a guy like Shakur Stevenson right now. But I do like in a few years, like I think Abdullah has I think Abdullah has so much potential, bro. Like I really do. Like I think he has so much potential to be like super great, but like there's just like things that he does where it's like I don't know if that's just how he's gonna be forever, or like is that
Yeah.
just shit that he's doing now since he's young and like obviously doesn't have the experience. But that fight in a few years could be interesting, but right now it's not even debatable. I think Shakur probably just UDs was probably pretty bad.
That's like
Nah,
everyone's
enthusiasts,
answer.
enthusiasts like nah, right? Ain't no version of Abdullah Mason being Shakur Stevenson.
No, bro, not right now, bro.
It's like everyone's answer to Abdullah versus good opponents. Not right now, maybe in a couple years.
Yeah, literally, bro.
with Abdullah, it's not one of those situations where his style is like. I feel like Abdullah can fix these things, like these openings that people are catching him on. Unlike a guy like Tiger Johnson, where his style is just too green. I feel like his style is just too green for the pros. But Abdullah, he got a little. You feel me? He's real slick with it. I feel like he can just tighten up his defense a little bit. But no version of Abdullah Mason would ever beat Shakur Stevenson. Um, Shakur Stevenson is just too great. I'm sorry.
I think you would see a boy versus a man in that ring, and I think you're gonna see Shakur just pick him apart. He's not gonna stop him or anything like that, but you're gonna just see like the combinations that start flowing, the counter punching, and you're gonna see like I remember what was it whenever he got first dropped by Vasquez, Shakur was in the back like telling him, "Hey, bro, like, you can't be coming out that fast in round two. Like you gotta like kind of let the fight kind of simmer in a little bit." And that kind of showed me like, yeah, he's not beating Shakur. Like Shakur just has too much for him as far as IQ and all that. So
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. It's gonna be that IQ. Just like I think once like I think the early rounds, they're gonna be boxing. It's gonna be a little tricky at the beginning for Shakur, but like once that like third round hits and he knows exactly what he wants to do, he's just gonna start putting belts to him.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
too disciplined. Shakur Stevenson is the most disciplined fighter I've ever seen in my life. Like he's like almost too disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Where even at times he should be stepping on the gas, he is jab, jab, counter. You know what I'm saying? I like to see him turn the heat up. Like in this upcoming prime that we talking about, I like to see him turn the heat up on some guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
you're not gonna go away from the game plan though. If it means possibly losing, nah, it's not gonna be that. He's
Yeah.
gonna just simply just keep on doing what he's doing. If that means having like a last four rounds are kind of a boring fight, but hey, at least he won.
Yeah.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck about entertaining nobody. He just wants to, end up with the dub, which is a good mindset to have because obviously the people that are going to be making fun of you online for losing aren't going to be the ones crying with you in the back. Like, I do like respect that part. Like, he is a student of the game, and like you said, I just think like we view him as so good that he can take more risk in there. But obviously, he's the one in control.
If y'all have some hot takes, let's just do a little bit of hot takes. Feel me?
I think I wrote one down earlier.
I don't really got no hot takes right now. I can't lie.
Listen,
But
I'm gonna start it off. Me and JT and 13 round, we talked about it a little briefly in the group chat or whatnot. But I was saying, if David Benavidez has a great performance against Zerto, a stoppage KO, he has a legitimate argument. Not saying he should be, but a legitimate argument of being right there with Dimitri Bivol in the pound for pound rankings. But listen, here's the
Oh,
thing. Okay, right now I went off the Ring Magazine rankings, but he should jump over Nakatani, saying Nakatani loses.
Mm-hmm.
He should jump over Better BF, given the fact that Better BF is inactive, and I still think he beats him as well. Now, as far as Bivol, it comes to the question of what matters more, reigning in one division or being a three division world champion and unified. So it just depends on what you value. Now, a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, well, as far as skill for skill, you take Bivol. The matchup itself, you'll take Bivol, but for pound, it's more than just the matchup. It's about the resume. It's about the accomplishments. So it definitely does depend. Now, I'm not saying if Benavidez is gonna be over him, it should at least be right behind him though, if anything.
uh, you ain't gonna like my answer. He
Yeah,
don't.
we already know your answer, bro.
He ain't gonna be. I ain't gonna lie. He ain't even above June, so he beat Zordo. Zordo. That's cool. That's a good win. But it's not putting you over. I feel like Junto or even better BF, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't see it going over better BF. Better BF just got just more accomplished overall, better resume. And Bevel, that shouldn't like him being up there. Absolutely not.
It was obviously the hardest one, but Junto,
And we also got to think about Shakur, Bam is in that list too.
but no, I'm not saying like
Um,
he at the top, but like I'm just saying like
um,
Junto over Junto, like Junto that makes it like his first fight at 122, he didn't look the greatest.
I get
But
it.
if
Yeah.
Benavidez goes up to 1 or 200 and beats a unified champion, that looks a lot better than what Juto just did.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
I do see that. And the only well, like, and if we're gonna take Better Biev down because he's inactive, I mean, the last time Bivol fought when he fought Better Biev, so they've kind of been out the same amount of time, right? Like,
I feel like it's a little bit different for Bivol though. He literally got in my opinion, the second best resume on the whole entire pound for pound list. So it's like you could penalize him for you can move him down a little bit because of inactivity, but it's like questionable at a certain point. It's like does Shakur really deserve to be above him? Does a lot of these guys, who don't even got close to a resume of him, or accomplishments, it's like, should they be above him? Nah. Um, and that's the thing too, resume. That's why I don't think he deserves even with a Zordo win. Zordo pretty good. That would 100% be his best win. That's like a level win. But with only one, really A level win, I don't know if you could be that high on the pound for pound list, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro.
I'll give you Junto though. I'll give you Junto. I'll give you if he beats on Buddy's Zerto, he could be above Nakatani. But I'm saying that based on I think he's gonna lose to Inoue. So yeah,
Yeah.
you have to move him. So yeah.
No, I wouldn't be
What if
too
he
mad
wins
at that.
though? What if he wins?
And he going, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Like
yeah, he'd have
that's
to be
a
like top
that's a
4?
that's a great win, bro. Like that's an all-time great win,
Yeah,
So,
if he
yeah.
wins, that's crazy. And then that
Especially because he's an
conversation-
underdog too.
What is he like
Yeah.
+2 something?
I don't know the exact odds, but I just know he's the underdog.
I actually agree with Hefe. I think that David Benavidez, what I'm saying, he's gonna pass up Junto for sure. Better be. I've seen like over judging about how the rankings have moved over the last couple years, it makes sense for him to pass over Better Be, because that activity, the ring don't play about that activity. You gotta be in the ring. Bivol, like you said, like JT said, it's gonna be hard to move him down, or you feel me, because he has a really good resume. But Better Be coming off a loss and he's inactive right now. Yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna keep
I
moving
think
down.
Hefe. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I don't
Not
know,
bad
man.
take, man.
Yeah.
Besides
I
going, if
guess.
he's above Bivol, I'm gonna throw a fit, bro.
Yeah, above is crazy.
Above Bivol,
Yeah, I don't even think Shakur above Devil, but it's a little. I guess it's a little more.
Resume wise, Bivol got it for sure.
Yeah, I think it's just recency bias because we haven't seen Bivol in so long.
Yeah. Like that man's resume is insane. But
Yeah, and then plus you got young guys ascending, becoming 4-weight world champions, 2-time linear. Like that's kind of it's gonna be hard to keep someone like that down, regardless if they have the names or not.
Thanks.
I know it's not a hot take, but I got a question. So, who do y'all think gonna end up being like? If y'all had to say at the end of not this year, but next year, who do y'all think is gonna be number one pound for pound when Usyk's retired? In a way, he's probably. I mean, he's probably gonna be pretty active in 2027 at 26. So I could see him being up there. But like, even if he's not, let's say he retires, like maybe even mid next year. Who do y'all see ending the year as number one pound for pound?
I got 2 answers. It's either gonna be Shakur Stevenson coming off like a Devin Haney win or something at like 147, or it's gonna be Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Like Jesse Bam Rodriguez is special, and then what is he? Like how many weight classes has he been in so far and became champion?
He's
3?
he's two division right now, but
2. So
his
imagine
resume
he goes
crazy.
from 115, 118, 122, and I think he ends probably at 126. That would be insane, especially if he gets the names. If he gets the names, like if he gets Nakatani, and then he gets like probably maybe like a past his prime Inoue, who's probably like lost once already, like by that point, like that could be crazy for his resume and like his career. Like I really do think like Bam has all the tools to become a great fighter, and I think he could have became undisputed. He was missing one belt to become undisputed at 126, right?
but IBF had to be on that. So yeah.
There you go. And then you see, so like he could have been. could have been talking right now like Bam at 25, 26 as a two-time undisputed champion. Like that's crazy in itself.
Yeah.
Like, and now if he gets Nakatani and then Inoue, sky's the limit for him. Like I really do think it's either one of those two.
You know who can make a run though?
Oh,
It sounds crazy, but he can make a crazy run. Boots Ennis.
Mm.
If he beats Xander Zayas, beats Fundora, and then beats Virgil, that's a crazy 3 fight. Like
That's not a
oh my-
bad take. That's not
Yeah.
a bad take.
He's not. He's gonna be top three. Not number one, but top three. That I can see that. That run
That's
would be
actually a great
insane.
take.
And then,
Yeah.
and then if he becomes two-time lineal, two-time unified, yo, that's a hell of a resume. Like at least
Yeah.
like a hell of a start while entering your prime. You know, like what is he, 27, 28? Like
yeah.
right now is that time. Like if you're gonna start building shit up and becoming great, like 27, 28 is the perfect time to do it. That's a
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
take.
facts.
I could agree with that.
When it comes to who I see as gonna be the number one pound for pound, yeah, man. Look, bro, it's
Bro.
like I hate to be that guy, man. I hate to be that guy, but the trajectory that he's on as of this point in time, it's just inevitable. I feel like he's really calling for a lot of fights. He has almost anything on his table right now. Like he can go down and fight Mortai for a third ring belt. He can do a lot of things right now. I just see him. I just see him just better than everybody else on the pound for pound, except for Bam. I think Bam is, but everybody else is like when they're almost exiting their primes. You know, what I'm saying they're
Yeah.
gonna be out. So I see Shakur on top of the pound for pound list soon.
Yeah, for me, at the end of 2027, I see either, honestly, if Inoue makes a crazy run at 126, I mean, it's just evident he's gonna be number one. If he goes like undisputed. But if not, or even if he like retires mid 2027, I could see at the end, yes, Bam or Shakur. With the trajectory, I think it's gonna be Shakur because I don't know if Bam's gonna be able to get those names. 118, even though it's kind of getting it's kind of getting decent, right now. But 122, 122 could be is gonna be a good division once Inoue leaves because there's a lot of talent at 22. But I feel like 26 is with the lower weight classes. 26 is the most stacked division, easily. So.
Yeah.
And
100%.
I don't know about Bam at 26. He just might be too little, to be honest. But
Yeah, that's why I don't like the
Yeah.
fight with versus Inoue. Like, especially if they're gonna try to rush it because they're too scared not to fight Inoue. Like that,
Bro.
that could like I don't want it.
I
to
don't
happen.
think, if
Not
I'm
that I
being
don't
honest,
want it to happen at 126 is probably too much. 122, we'll see how he looks at 118 first.
for me with that fight, I don't think it like Bam don't need that fight in my opinion. I feel like if he just takes it slow, he's gonna build those names to where he's not gonna need a Inoue on his resume, even though that's an all-time great win. But if you have those stack of good wins, then that's gonna help be just as good almost.
He should just focus on like just beating Nakatani worse than Inoue did. Like however bad Inoue beats Nakatani, he should just focus on just whooping his ass worse.
Yeah.
I'm curious though because I believe Inoue said he wants one more guy at 122 after Nakatani, so that
Yeah.
possibly could be Bam.
It could be, but I don't know, man. I feel like I just hope they don't rush this shit, bro. Cause I'm gonna be honest, bro. If Bam only gets one fight at 118 and moves up to 22 to fight Inoue, it's not gonna be good for him. I'm gonna be honest. It's not good for his health.
And
To
he's been
move up
dropped
like
already
that.
at
Yeah.
115.
Yeah. To move up to 22 to fight in my opinion, the number one pound for pound guy. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
It could get critical. And he got dropped by a right hand. Like
Yeah.
Inoue's right hand hits you as hard as Estrada's
Deadly.
right hand. We just saw Estrada at 118. Like, and the power didn't really look the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not.
His
riding
power's
with
never
him
really
fight.
been that good, to be honest. Estrada.
Yeah, but like it was better. I mean, to fight like a guy like tension, just like who gets hit
Yeah.
a lot. You know, like I thought over time the punches would accumulate, but like Tension's face looked like completely fine. Like he looked
Yeah.
chilling. Like
Yeah.
Y'all might not think this is a hot take, but it's a lot of talk about it in boxing. I actually think a boxing masterclass is way better than a knockout. Cause when you put on a masterclass, like you're showing that this other person is like not on your level. And like I'm a boxing purist. I love the sport of boxing. Like I like to see like
Same.
actual boxing. Like if you go in there and just dominate this dude for 12 rounds straight and there's nothing he can do about it, he can't catch you, he can't get you in position to make you fail. You just stand this one. That is like the definition of boxing, and I think it's better. It's honestly better, honestly.
Yeah, I could agree with that take, to be honest. A lot of I feel like if you could make a dude look like he not on your level, bro, that's more impressive than knocking him out.
At
Yeah.
the
I
highest
don't know.
level, I agree.
There you go.
The
Yeah.
highest level when like it's two, let's say pound for pound guys, best guys in the division. Masterclass, I would agree is better. But if it's like
Yeah.
a prospect or like a contender versus a champion, I want to see it. I want to see you just show this contender is like not even close to you.
Facts,
I want to
facts,
see. I
facts,
want to see you like stop him.
facts. Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, at the highest
Yeah.
level, it gotta be like that. But it,
Yeah.
like, nah, go ahead.
Young fighters, I think young fighters should be getting their opponents out of there. Don't get me wrong. Like fighters, like they definitely should be building their name, getting these knockouts, because that's what bring the eyes. So I agree with that. I agree.
Is it better? Like I do agree with you. In sense, like in the sense where if you beat someone over a 12 round period and they're not winning a round, it's definitely more definitive than getting like because like if you knock someone out in the first second of the fight, like they like lucky punch, like or like I wasn't warm enough yet, like he caught me cold. But like honestly, I don't think it's better in the sense of like your entertainment because we've never stood up at the end of a 12 round match class and be like, whoa, let's go, right? Like someone hits the floor, bro, and
Hey,
you're like, oh, like that shit feels way better than sitting through like a fight that like by like the 10th round, like that shit's pretty much over.
hey,
The way I see this,
I stood up and clapped for that for Shakur versus Tio, bro. I'm just
No,
be
no, that's
honest.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, be
With
Thanks.
the
careful.
floor on my camera.
no,
Nah,
facts.
I ain't. I
Shit.
thought the fight was
was
better though.
that fight was good for because it was a master class, but you can't tell me that fight would have been even better if he got him out of there though. If he had a stop Tio, come on now.
Like, and especially like a stoppage like after like the dude clearly doesn't belong in the ring with you. Let's just say he dominated like the first 9, and then like he's breaking down Tio. Tio's looking bad, and then he just like a Jamel Herring. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he just start. I don't think he stopped Jamel, but like like he starts putting
No, he
mad
did.
pressure on him. Oh, did he? Did he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a standing
So
TKO.
imagine like a Jamal Herring where like we knew like pretty early on like there's not really a way Jamal Herring can win this fight, and then he's like, all right, like I'm just gonna put the pressure on him and get him out, like just start pressing him out. Like that's like that's peak. Like that's peak. Like
Yeah.
you show your levels above him and you prove that you could get him out of there. That's probably like the peakest shit you could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
But I don't really mind it too much with Shakur, to be honest. I feel like that's kind of his identity at this point. Just
Yeah.
literally boxing your head off, like and showing that you can't box him. You're not on his level. That's pretty much his identity at this point.
I feel like I give Devin Haney like a lot of for like obviously not stopping his opponents and not and I don't give the same amount of Shakur. But like when I see Devin Haney, I see so much like I see finishing potential in Devin Haney. Like I never really thought about that. Like past 130, I never thought Shakur could really start finishing fights. And like now that he's at 140, talking about going to 47, that knockout shit with Shakur, that's just dead. Like he's probably never gonna get another one ever again. Like, but like Devin Haney, like I give him a lot of shit for not stopping anybody because I feel like he can. Like I thought he could have knocked Brian Norman's head from off his body like that one fight. And I thought he could have knocked out Regis. I thought he could have knocked out Jose Ramirez if he didn't decide to run around the ring.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like Devin Haney, like, I'm harder on him because I do feel like he has, like, finishing potential and just doesn't finish anybody.
Okay.
And he's huge, by the way.
Yeah.
He's big as shit.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, did you guys ever see that thing, like, where they got, like, the rehydration for the Loma fight after and he weighed, like, 160 pounds or something? Like, something crazy? Like,
Yeah.
Imagine what he's weighing in now, like during the fights. Like, of course, like he doesn't have to call that weight. He's probably coming in like on rehydration, like probably like 170.
Yeah, but
That's a big kid, bro. All right, I got two. One's more like a question, but like I know like how you guys are super high on Bivol, and you guys like I think he's top two, top three, like probably best light heavyweights of all time. But I think Roy Jones Jr. at light heavyweight puts belt on Bivol. Like I really do. I do. I do. If you talk, he beat Prime Bernard Hopkins. He beat Prime James Tony
Prime,
when James Tony Prime, yeah,
was it
okay.
really
All right.
Prime though?
I think
He ain't really
you talking
fight
about like
nobody
Racing
before that.
Legends,
Was that really Prime?
like kind of though. Like you, all
Like
right,
it
like
was. I would say it was young. It wasn't Prime.
yeah, probably like I'll give you a young version of Bernard, but beating Bernard Hopkins at any rate in his career is insane. Beating James Tony when he was the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, insane. Coming off of like fighter of the year, and then like he has like I'm talking about some of the nastiest physical traits that anybody's ever had in the sport of boxing. I'm talking about like he's probably the fastest boxer ever. He hits hard, has elite reflexes. Could box, was a gold medalist. I mean, a silver medalist, but probably should have won gold. You know what I'm saying? Like he has everything a boxer needs, and especially like I don't think there's anybody that you could bring in to kind of it's like yo, just be Roy Jones, be faster, stronger, hit harder than everybody, and just be great. And like you can't really get ready for a guy like Roy because he does nothing by the book. Like Bibble's very technically like correct, like very by the book when it comes to that pendulum style. But a guy like Roy Jones, like I'm talking about in his prime at 175, like nobody. I'm talking about before Tarver, like don't like. I'm talking before he moved up to heavyweight to then come back down. I'm talking about before that. I think Bibble's probably gonna get the belt put to him.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's a good argument for to say he beats him. I don't know about belt though. I can't lie. I don't know about him just putting a belt on Bivol, bruh. Um, I don't see nobody at light heavyweight but just putting a belt to Bivol. But um, I could see him beating him for sure. I could see that.
Yeah, nah. I'm be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Look, Roy Jones, his speed wasn't that great at light heavyweight. It wasn't that great. Okay. I almost got an argument to say that Bivol is not
No,
that
no,
far off.
no,
He's not that far off. Look, he's
no,
not as
he's not.
fast, but he is not that far off in speed and his style. That I feel like that is going to be the thing that gives Roy Jones the most problems. That style, he's never seen nobody with that style and that good with it. Him getting in and out of his punches, backing up. Roy Jones, I feel like he'll try to, and he can counter too. Roy Jones, one of them leaping left hooks, he might
He's
be
not gonna
he
even
might be
see it.
down.
He's not even gonna see it.
Man, he defensively responsible though, so I don't know.
It kind of seems like you're
Yeah.
saying, essentially, he can do everything Bill can do, but better.
Yeah,
That's what it sounds like. Footwork, speed, power. And honestly, I would agree. I would agree.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Roy would beat Bivol. I think he would.
After hearing enthusiast argument, I'm kind of conflicted now. I was kind of 50-50 with it, but I don't know, man. I could see you Bivol, bro. To be
We're
honest.
gonna have to break that down a little bit more. But I have one more question.
Hmm.
I was thinking about this the other day. What is more impressive? And I need everybody. I need to hear a point from everybody. What is more impressive? Manny Pacquiao's 8 division world champion, or Roy Jones Jr. going from 154. He never won a belt at 154, but from 154 he started his career to all the way to heavyweight. What's more impressive?
8 divisions easily. I mean, when you think about this guy, he was at one point he was like a malnourished kid, bruh. From 108 to all the way to 154, where you shouldn't even be in the same ring as these people. Like realistically, like if we put like let me think of an example. That's like saying, oh, let's put Bam versus Boots Ennis. That's crazy. And Manny did some like similar shit to that in real time.
Yeah,
As a like and he also beat a lot of great fighters along with them 8 divisions. So it's like, yeah, I'd say Manny, bro.
I would say A division because it's probably never gonna happen again. But I can see a 54 pounder going up to heavyweight possibly. I mean, look at a guy like Fundora. That boy should be at heavyweight with his height. Like if he just actually put on some weight, he could pass for a heavyweight. So,
We put we start juicing Fedora.
In my opinion, he too little for heavyweight. To be honest, even like height wise, he's 100% there, but weight wise, no.
Somebody might punch through his chest. No lie. But look at this though. Look, I think that the 8 divisions is more impressive. Like when you think about it, Roy Jones rose to heavyweight. He fought that dude. He fought at heavyweight.
John Ruiz,
Andy Ruiz. I thought
John.
Ruiz. Yeah, he had no business being in there. He sucked. No, he was trash. But 175, he had a nice little reign. He had Montel Griffin. He had Tarver. You know what I'm saying? Even though he didn't look the best in the Tarver fight, but you know what I'm saying. I think the A division world champion is definitely the better feat.
But going from light heavyweight, skipping cruiserweight, and going to heavyweight, that's like pretty hard to do, bro.
That's
like,
not,
nobody's just doing
but that's not bigger from going to 108 to 54 though. Like,
No, I see what you're saying, but and then you're not just going to heavyweight. I think he weighed around like 207. Well, John Ruiz was like what, like 230 or something. So you're giving up 23 pounds on fight night as well. So it's like, but like you said, like I do understand your point of view as well. Like imagine like Tank Davis fighting like who's like someone like Antonio Margarito versus Manny Pacquiao. Like he was like 7 inches taller than him. Like Manny was literally punching up like I'm talking about like up like
yeah.
and that's a guy that was huge for the weight class. So like imagine he's probably like what 170 in the ring. Manny's probably walking around like walking in there like what like 149, 150 at the most. Like he wasn't huge either. Like I think because that was like when they used to weigh like each fighter before they stepped in the ring. I think like they had like how big they were. And I think Margarito was like at the very least 165 when Manny was like out. Like I think he was like 148, 149 stepping in there, which is huge, bro. Like giving up like what is that like 17 pounds or something? Like it's above like 15.
So that means, so what did he wait? What did Manny weigh at what, like one
In the weigh-in?
Yeah, like the weigh-in. What did he weigh at? If he weighed in like 150, like 150 or something, then he was 148 on fight night. I mean, he went down a weight, bro.
The fight was catch weight at 150. Yeah, it was a 150 catch weight with the belt at 154. Manny weighed in at 144, while Margarito weighed in at 150, like at the catch weight. And then on fight night, I have to see
that man weighed less than the welterweight limit, bro. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, that is nuts. Like weighing in at like a division above, under the weight class below you.
Yeah, but yeah, man, 100% the eight divisions.
Yeah, that's never gonna be done. Like especially by someone that, like with that kind of story, because like he could have been. If you look, like he'd even fight in every weight class in the like from like flyweight to welterweight. Like he skipped a few. Like he could have been like a 10 division world champion.
Yeah.
John Ruiz versus Roy Jones. Roy Jones actually came in 193.
193?
That man weighed below cruiserweight, bro. That's crazy.
That is actually ridiculous. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Because John Ruiz, like, he wasn't known as a big puncher, but, like, obviously, what we know now, we know Roy Jones didn't have his chin, so he didn't really have to hit him all that hard to, like, you know, knock him out. But he couldn't find the punch, bro. Could not find the punch on him.
I think we're gonna end it there. Pretty good episode. Some hot takes, some good opinions, some bad opinions, good takes, bad takes. But hope y'all enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow everyone here, and see y'all next episode. Peace.